Welcome to Dodgers Daily. Casey Porter here, joined by Coach Holt, as I'm going to be each and every Wednesday and Friday. What are you wiping your bald head there, Coach?
I see all
What are
that
we doing?
glare off there. I don't want to kill the Dodger dogs, baby. I can put my hat on if I need to. We good, man?
Yeah, you were alive in 1960, right?
Yeah. I was 2 years old, but yeah. I was
Okay.
alive.
Well, you remember that a big reason why JFK was able to beat Richard Nixon because he didn't wear makeup, Coach. I might have to get you a whole makeup deal where you put makeup on that bald head if you don't start wearing a hat, right?
Oh, man. Well, I got the hat. I got the identical hat you got right here. Always keep
Oh,
it
nice.
I can slide it
Nice.
on if I'm getting too much. You Dodger dogs, you get blinded there. Put your shades on. Let me know, and I'll throw the hat on.
Okay. All right. So the Glencoe Panthers tonight, before we get into the Dodgers game, Glencoe Panthers have a chance to qualify for state tonight. If not, and they lose tonight, then they still have one more chance tomorrow, right? You're the AD there.
Yes, that's absolutely correct. They're in the winner's bracket. Team that wins tonight, them against Stewart. Glencoe's number 7, Stewart's number 1 and undefeated. And former Glencoe coach Jeff Whedon's coaching Stewart, and one of his sons, one of the outstanding players there. So big time matchup over in Cleveland. Outstanding facility at Cleveland High School. Case, I don't know if you've ever been there, but really nice place.
Many times.
I figured you had been broadcasting, but if they don't win tonight, they got a chance to come back tomorrow. And that's back when I coached there in 2000. That's how we got in. It doesn't matter, once you get in the state tournament, it's a single elimination tournament. So, whatever. You just want to get in there, as Tony La Russa said years ago, just get in the tournament. That's kind of what they're wanting to do. But before we get too much.
Got Lakey Rebay down in the arsaw.
Trying to slide out of here without me wishing you a happy birthday today. I hope you're having a great day over in Guthrie.
Well, I appreciate that, Coach. You know what that means?
Yes.
It means I'm older. That's what that means, right?
You'll never catch me or Terry Porter, so you're good, man.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, Coach, I wanted to bring up the Dodgers' number 1 prospect, Josue DePaula. And here's the deal, okay? I've been kind of on the bandwagon, and this is probably the coach and the father in me,
right?
Because I've seen it so many different times. I've just been on the bandwagon, and I've seen this. I've seen it with Dalton Rushing, and I definitely saw it with Diego Cartaya. The Dodgers are a huge deal, the biggest deal in baseball throughout the world. Being the Dodgers' number 1 prospect is a big burden to carry around. Yes, it's exciting. Yes, it's cool. But it can be too big sometimes, especially if you get off to a bad start, if you're struggling or whatever.
Right.
And so I've kind of been on the bandwagon, and I will stay on this bandwagon. I will not allow 7 hits in the early spring training and later parts of games to where I have no idea who's pitching. I'm not going to allow that to change my idea of kind of my tone here. But I've been on the bandwagon of let's chill out, let's let this kid relax, let's let him just kind of play baseball. Instead of trying to be the Dodgers' number 1 prospect, let's let him be Josue DePaula. Having said that, if you go back to the prospects game last year, he was the player of the game in that. He had a home run. He's absolutely shining as the Dodgers' number 1 prospect in spring training with all that pressure on him. He appears to be a guy that the more pressure you put on him, the better he becomes. So to me, as we go on, add that feather to his cap along with elite offensive skills. There's nothing really right now other than defensively. He'll get better defensively. There's nothing to say about Josue DePaula other than he's rising to the moment and he is proving to be what people have said he is.
I guess intriguing is a good word to use, Case. The thing about you mentioned before, the Dodgers or the elite organization of Major League Baseball, whatever. I know whatever. As of right now, the Dodgers are the elite organization of Major League Baseball, two-time defending champion, World Series. In spite of that, before that even happened, they were an elite organization. So there's two ways of looking at that. I think back to Jackson Merrill 2 years ago with the Padres. He goes from Class A ball. Next thing you know, the Cat's rookie, whatever. He had a great rookie year. So that intriguing part, you're sitting there going, yeah, he needs this, he needs that, and it's true. If you're the Los Angeles Dodgers, you can do that because you just picked up Kyle Tucker, and you're sitting there. But the intriguing part to me and you is the fan comes out of Tony and Casey at this point. You're like, dang, man, sure would like to see. But when you step back as the coach, Tony and Casey, and the guys who try to be a little bit more level-headed, you say, yeah, he needs to work some on his defense. We're good right now. So that is he's in a great place. But let's face it, Case, the elite guys, the Freddie Freemans, the Mookie Betts, are all the great players. They got pressure on them all the time. They had it in the minor leagues, and this guy's rising to the occasion, having the pressure on him being the Dodgers' #1 prospect. That shows you what his makeup. Two things. We talked about it last time I was with you. We talked about it being hungry. He's hungry. He wants to play in the major leagues. That's the ultimate for a baseball player. So far, the pressure of being the Dodgers' #1 prospect, the #1 prospect of the #1 organization, hasn't affected him. He's just kind of gone with it. We know this case, even on the high school level, the lowest level that we've been at on the high school level, you have those gamers, you have the guys who can rise to the occasion. You have guys, as we used to call them, the 3 o'clock All-Americans. If BP looked great when the game started, they couldn't handle the pressure of even high school baseball at that time. But it's the same thing. If you're the guy on a high school team, it is pressure on you, as well as even 1,000 times more being the guy in the Major League Baseball. So we know makeup of, I don't know the kid, it remains to be seen how
I don't
he handles
either.
all
Yeah.
that. But you can tell, you mentioned it, but you just mentioned it. He's already shown that it
Yes.
hasn't affected him any. So that's a great sign for him. It's a great sign for the Dodgers in the future. And like I said, I'll just say intriguing because I'd love to see him, but I know the Coach Holt comes out and goes, no, let's don't push him. Let's don't rush him. But good Lord, what a good-looking kid.
Mm-hmm. I keep saying his name because he's our OSU boy, a Zach Earhart, or
Yes.
even a Chris Newell, maybe even a James Tibbs III, or a Griffin Lockwood Powell, or Nicolas Cruz, or a Nelson Quiros. These guys that are non-roster invites. Yeah, they're non-roster invites. That's a heck of a compliment, but they're playing with house money because there's not any expectations on them.
Yeah.
And we see that even with rookies. Rookies come up and nobody expects anything from them. There's really no pressure on them because if they fail or if they struggle, that's just kind of what everybody expected. But if they do well, then it's like, oh wow, who's this guy? So really, as you come up as a rookie, there's just really no pressure on you because there aren't any expectations. So then you do this, then you do that. What creates pressure, Coach, are expectations.
Yes.
So after you have success, what happens to players is they start having fans start having expectations. The organization has expectations. Hey, you need to do this because this is the way we're building the roster. And if you don't do this, then that really hurts our chances of winning. And with expectations comes pressure. And I just really don't like to make an evaluation on a guy until I see how they handle the expectation piece of things. And so I think that's as big of an evaluation piece as the actual physical talent, because I think the physical talent's going to get you there. I think that the ability to handle the expectations and the pressure that comes along with that is the staying power. So I guess that's kind of my message here with Josue DePaula and Zaire Hope, is they had a lot of people with a lot of eyes on them, and at least to this point, they're embracing that. And to me, that's the lasting power of the prospects for them.
That's, as you mentioned, Casey, expectations. Their expectations are of getting to the major leagues. We talked about this last time I was with you. We talked about the James Outman deal. We love James Outman. He came up. Still do. I have a reason to dislike the young man. It just never worked out, never panned out for him. Then we saw Pajes come along. Oh man, this guy, he looks great, blah blah. Then he gets hot last year. Hey, we got us a player, and then he kind of levels off. So, but there's no pressure on him now. There's pressure on him to stay there. We talked about that last time, but he's also going to hit 6, 7, or 8 hole for the Dodgers. He's not the guy, so the expectations are high for Pajes. He's got to produce or he won't be there. What we got into with Conforto last year, that was an experiment, didn't work out well. We both liked it at the time they got him, thinking, it's good, but it never worked out. It never was good for the Dodgers the entire year, and he wasn't a factor in the playoffs.
And they stuck with him too long. I think that was a disservice to him, because I think if they would have just moved on, Dodgers fans would have been, hey, it didn't work. Instead, there was some unnecessary venom towards Michael Conforto that he probably didn't deserve, because I think that should have been directed to the organization for sticking with him too long.
Yeah, I totally agree. It wasn't his decision. All he knows, he comes to clubhouse,
Yes.
his name's in there. He's going to do his best. I have no doubt in my mind that Michael Conforto did his best. Marty Lee's coached him at Oregon State. Marty's a good friend of mine and yours. He said he's a great kid. They have no doubt about that. It just didn't work out. Same way with James Outman. Every indication, great young man, great body, didn't work out. Pajes has shown, he's kind of rebounded from, he started out, then he had a great run there. Oh, he leveled off. He's going, but then he kind of leveled off and made one of the biggest catches in Dodgers, maybe the biggest outfield play the Dodgers illustrious history. So there's those expectations. The big expectation of these two guys, you mentioned it, is to get to the big leagues. They're expected to get there. You look at them; these guys have major league written all over them, so they have those expectations. It's going to remain to be seen how they handle if they're in Oklahoma City or Tulsa, wherever the hell they are. How they handle that. They're going to be the great coaches. You got Hendy, you got Eric Wedge, you got American League Manager of the Year down at Tulsa, for Christ's sakes, and coaching you. So you've got people that in your corner, the organization, that you're going to get every opportunity. But elite athletes, they expect to have success. I get tired of hearing this. You've heard it too, Case, as a coach, even on our level. The kid's cocky. I thought, well, hell.
Everybody is.
Everybody in City Good's cocky.
The difference between arrogance and humble. Every great athlete is arrogant. Right. You have to believe, give me the damn ball. I'm getting ready to beat this guy's ass in front of me.
Yes.
If you don't think this way, you are not going to be successful, much past about Little League, right? So every player has that dog in them. The difference between arrogance and humbleness is just how you present it. Some guys present it like a horse's ass, like look at me. Yep. Other guys just handle it in a humble way, but they both have that same arrogance inside of them, right?
No doubt about it. Well, you look at Freddie Freeman, if he walks in a three-piece suit, you might think, well, that's kind of a tall guy. Looks like a CPA.
Yes.
Don't think for a minute Freddie Freeman ain't got dog in him.
No doubt.
He plays hurt. He plays against the best players on the face of the earth, and he's successful. Don't let that the way, as you mentioned, the presentation of Freddie Freeman.
It's the presentation,
yes. Laid-back guy. He's a great guy, which he is. But don't think for a minute Freddie Freeman ain't got dog in him. Mookie, they're dogs because they have to be successful at what they do. It's exactly right. I like it. Cocky is me and you're cocky as a coach, Case.
Damn right.
I never went into.
I probably wear people out because I'm cocky in my opinions on a podcast. Right? I don't care.
No, me and you, coach. I promise you, in 30-something years of coaching, I thought I was going to win every game I coached.
Every single game. I thought every decision I was going to make was going to be the best decision.
Yeah.
Every time. Every time I made a bad decision and it turned out wrong, not a bad decision, a decision that just didn't turn out the way I wanted to.
Yeah.
It surprised me. That's the kind of confidence you have to coach with, right?
But you do, because you coach that way. You instill that in your players. Yourself, you're thinking, this is our plan. This is our culture. Mm-hmm. This is what we want to do. Even on the high school level, Case, American Legion, we had a culture. Here's what we expect. We expect to win every game. You just do, whether it's basketball, whatever you coach and you go into it. I had a good deal in Stillwater High School. I had enough coaches. I had 6A. There was 8 coaches. I had 4 on the varsity level with me. So something go to hell in the mountain, I'll turn around and blame the pitching coach.
Yeah, good
jokingly.
job.
Something
Absolutely.
We can't hit, I turn around and blame the hitting coach. Jokingly. Things go good, I turn around, and they'll tell you this for a fact. I turn around, flip my shit. I said, that's why I'm the 8C right there.
Yeah.
So every now and then I had a decision that came out. That was our running joke.
That's
I looked
funny.
at it like, what the hell are you doing over there, pitching coach? What are you
Yeah.
doing? But it went good. I'm the 8C. There we go. But anyway, so we all know those decisions go to hell. What Gary Ward told me 35 years ago.
Yeah.
Just make the decision. It's going to look like crap sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. So athletes are the same way. These guys are showing already, there's pressure on them to make the big leagues, but there's really not. You got a 2-time World Series champion. They're pretty much set. There's really no way at this point that we see you breaking in there. Who knows, Case? A couple of injuries here or there, the Dodgers go to hell with it. Bring him up. Let's let it rip. See what happens.
I would cool the Jets on that talk for this year.
No, I'm telling you, that would not be the right thing to do. But I'm just telling you, is them looking out. They know they're a work in progress. They've got to work hard every day. They've got the people around them to do it. It's going to happen. They look like they've already proven they're going to be the guys who are going to be, receptive to the coaching, the instruction, and everything. The Dodgers are going to give you every opportunity to be successful because they expect you to be successful and you expect it. So you just got to take advantage of it.
Yeah, 100%. So there's that, there's we have expectations as a prospect. Are you going to live up to your prospect type, that kind of thing? And then you have a guy like Hyesung Kim, who nobody really knew what to expect from, comes from Korea. We know the caliber of baseball over there isn't the same as it is in Major League Baseball. He comes over, strikes out too much. He shows some explosive tendencies, also shows some pretty big weaknesses and holes in his game. And so to me, Hyesung Kim looks like a guy that took the criticism. I don't even know if criticism's the right word, but he took kind of the evaluation of, well, here's where he's Major League ready. Here's where he's not. You know, you have very high-level baseball people that have the opinion, well, maybe he could benefit from maybe 3 or 4 more months in AAA baseball. It just feels like he took that challenge, call it a challenge, call it criticism, call it whatever you want, and said, to hell with all y'all. I'm coming out and I'm showing you what Ha-Seong Kim is capable of doing. He's hitting home runs. He's hitting singles. He's making great plays in center field. He's making great plays at second base. He's stealing bases. Ha-Seong Kim looks like that guy. You talk about hungry. He looks like that guy to prove to everybody that he's closed his holes and he is ready to be the everyday second baseman for the Los Angeles Dodgers. That's not to say anything about anybody else. That's to say that Ha-Seong Kim has been incredible so far in spring training.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I think he just left to go to play the World Baseball. Did he leave to go do that case? He just left.
He's getting ready to, yeah. I don't think he has yet. He played yesterday.
Okay, so whatever, but that's fine. He's not like he's going off to Tahiti, go lay on the beach for a while. He's going to go play baseball at elite level. So, you know, that there's nothing wrong with that. But the point is, you just told, and also he can look up going, Edmonds hurt.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's a battle for second base right now because Tom.
Coach, he's hungry to be the starting second baseman from day one. You can see that in his eyes.
And we know how that goes, Case. He gets in there and he's lighting it up even when Tommy comes back. You know, hey, there's our second baseman.
Yeah.
You're now what you were before. You're the backup outfielder, infield, whatever.
Ha-Seong Kim left last night, Coach.
Okay. I thought he just did. I thought I just read something about that, but who knows? I slept since I read, so who knows?
Yeah. The news aspect of things gets biased a little bit. We're more analyst type situations.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. We need to get Austin on here if you want to get some correct information.
Yes.
If you want to hear some guys rambling and scrambling right here, that's me and you, but it's all for the right stuff. It's all all for the right reason of what we're doing. But yeah, he's right in the middle. He sees it. You know, I can be the starting second baseman with the Dodgers in game 1. And, you know, if I do well, I may not go come out. They're not going to make a change if he's lighting it up there as much as we all love Tommy Edman and how big a part of the organization he is right now for a lot of reasons. You know, I mean, that's tough decisions we talk about all the time. These guys, me and you made them on the high school level. These guys make them times 100. You know, have to make tough decisions all the time with people. Yeah, that's a hell of a catch. That was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
One in center field. Yeah.
That was 2 days ago. But this was 2 days ago. This play right here was yesterday at second base. So he's made great plays at both center field and second base.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. I mean, he's got it. He looks like a great kid who's going to put the time in. None of them are where they are because they don't. I was talking to a guy yesterday. We was talking about fundamentals, and we was talking about high school basketball. We're going to fundamentals. I said, good Lord, the greatest baseball players in the world do drill work every day.
Yeah.
Freddie and those guys, all those guys are out doing drill work every day, hitting off a tee. You know, these are the greatest players in the world. They never get away from the fundamentals. And if you're going to be good at anything, you know, professional golfers, all those guys, basketball players. Well, they say Kobe and them used to shoot 1,000 shots a day or some crap, even more than that, probably. Him and Steph Curry, those guys, all those big-time guys. So everybody stays on the fundamentals, and you never back off for a minute because, as we know, there's always somebody rather take your job. There's not very many people taking Steph Curry's or Kobe's job or Otani's, but a lot of guys are battling every day. There's always somebody behind you that wants your freaking job.
Yeah, and I've said this all offseason, talk me out of it, but just the explosive nature of what Ha-Seong Kim is capable of, until you see it in person, which I have, on the field, until you really see just how big his legs are, how explosive of an athlete he is, his presence and how much his teammates love him, his just happy demeanor. Yep. Until you really see it up close and personal, it's hard to describe. But that's why I've been on the bandwagon all offseason. Give him the second base job. Let him run with it. Let him be the future of second base and his dynamic personality, his dynamic skill set. Let that be the future of second base for the Los Angeles Dodgers. That's why I've been on that bandwagon, is the upside that you've seen this spring training. Somebody talk me out of that.
I won't talk you out of it because I feel the same way. I think he's showing that's what he wants, and he has the ability to do it. Let's don't forget when we got him last year, Case, the main thing we talked about, that's the guy you can use as a pinch runner. He can lay a bunt down because he has that athleticism, and he can play some things. Now, I agree with you there. Hey, win the starting second base job because our insurance plan is great. You got Tommy Edman, you got Miggy Rowe. I mean, when Kike, when it'd be later in the year, when you got Miggy Rowe, and Tommy can play second base very well. So you have insurance policies that you know.
So let me ask you this before you go on. Let me ask you this.
Help. Yeah.
One's going to be the starting second baseman. I give you this option. One's going to be the starting second baseman. The other is the super utility. Which one do you want? Which way? Do you want Edmund to be the utility, Kim the everyday second base, or do you want Edmund, who's won a Gold Glove at second base, to be the everyday second baseman and Kim to be the super utility? Which way do you go there?
Well, I mean, right now, of course, it's easier right now because Edmund's hurt, but that's pretty much a wash. Edmund has a lot more experience on the major league level, so if you're looking at that sort of thing, when he's healthy and good to go, but I don't know. I mean, God, you
either way, tough question.
I'd go either way. I mean,
yeah, good problem to have.
I'm glad they're wearing Dodger uniforms, man, and we all know I'm so happy. I get off the subject. Look, not really. Mickey Rowe been allowed to come back and to finish his career as the Dodgers, and after what the big. Still, again, I saw a video again today, Case. It's biggest home run in maybe history of Dodger baseball. I know we've had some big ones, and obviously Will Smith won the game, but we don't have that opportunity to hit a damn home run there, and whatever. It's still unbelievable.
Well, Coach, I
see that.
I don't want to downplay anything, but when you're losing, it's always a harder at bat than when the game is tied. Always. Yes, no doubt. You're taking a shot in basketball down one, and you have to hit it to win, or if you miss it, you lose. Versus if you take a game-winning shot with a game tight, it's a whole different scenario.
Yeah, 3-2 pitch on the road against an elite closer.
Oh, get out of here.
2-2 just barely missed, too. I forgot about that, but I saw that again today. 2-2 was up and in just a little bit. That's all shit, but anyway. So, 3-2 against an elite closer who'd been running his mouth early in the game. I do remember that part, so I'm glad he got one that gave up the home run. But anyway, it's amazing. But for him to – one more year. He knows he's going to retire to this year. The Dodger fans are just going to throw love at him all year until he strikes out 3 times in a game.
Yeah,
to get on
absolutely.
his ass. But the big scheme of things, we're always going to remember the last day he walks off fields of Dodgers, there's our guy. Mickey Rowe is our guy, and he's always going to be our guy from now on.
Forever.
Yeah.
There's nothing he can do not to be that. Hey, your fans are holding your feet to the fire. They said you didn't give a good enough answer on the utility versus Edmund and Hassan Kim. You rode the fence too much there, Coach. We got to know. Okay, so one of them's a starting second baseman, the other's a utility. Which one do you want to be the starting second baseman? Which one do you want to be utility? I'm holding your feet to the fire.
This is where I was leaning a while ago, but I'll just say it. I don't want my dogs getting off of me, man. And I'm too fat to sit on a fence. I'm gonna fall one way or the other. I'm gonna
that
roll.
fence is gonna fall down, huh?
The fence is gonna fall, and I'm gonna roll one way or the other.
Hey, you know what time it is whenever an elephant sits on your fence? It's time to get a new fence, right?
No kidding. Same way here.
All right, so give us your answer.
On your fence, it better be a good one. It better be one of them Casey Porter Glencoe farm fences.
Absolutely.
Ones I'll go either way.
Full of barbed wire, 5-wire barbed wire.
No kidding. Oh my God, yeah, that would be painful for the old man here. I'm too old to fall off a fence, but no, I appreciate the dogs holding my feet to the fire. I'd go with Kim because younger, the explosiveness he has in a lot of areas. Yes, if I have to, you're going to make me choose, and I love my dogs for doing that. I'll pick Kim.
Yeah, I do too, and the reason I do is because the upside of Hassan Kim, the future of Hassan Kim, I think that benefits Hassan Kim to give him an everyday role. I think that'll allow him to continue to get even more and more comfortable as we see him move along, which would make him a better player. And here's the big one to me, Coach. I just think Tommy Edmonds, kind of like a Kike Hernandez, like a Chris Taylor. Although he is a Gold Glove second baseman, I still don't think his best value to a team like the Dodgers is at one position. I think the value of the true value of a Tommy Edmond is that he can play several different positions. And so I think that allows Tommy Edmond to actually go back into the role that the Dodgers originally got him for, which is the super utility guy. So I think it makes Tommy Edmond more valuable to the Dodgers, and I think it makes Hassan Kim – I think it makes him more comfortable, which makes him a better player, and I think it solidifies the future of the Dodgers, and then that make them younger thing we've been talking about all offseason, it accomplishes that too. So I'm all over it between those two. Whenever Tommy Edmond gets back, if it comes down to it, Hassan Kim, the everyday second baseman, Tommy Edmond, the super utility. What say you in the chat?
I'm sure they'll say that. I agree with the case. Tommy can play anywhere on the infield. You could even play him at first if you had to. I know Kike played a lot of first for us, but Tommy can play. If you can play in the infield like he can play everywhere. I mean, he can play everything, probably catch if you had to. Thank God he don't have to put him back there. But you never know. That guy could. Well, hell, he could play all 9. He's that guy. He could come in and pitch for you some too. Yeah, we don't want Kike doing that anymore. He got a hurt arm last year. We don't want him on the mound anymore if he can keep from it.
Yeah, so I love the competitive element of what the Dodgers have going on. Obviously, the wins are great. Hey, and here's the thing. It's spring training. I get it, but why is there still a weird element to me that I would rather watch the Dodgers win than lose? It's like, I got to tell myself it's spring training. I get it, but I don't care, man. Whenever then don't keep score, right? There's a scoreboard in right center or wherever they have the scoreboards in these different facilities in spring training. As long as they turn the damn thing on, I want the Dodgers to win the game. I know it doesn't matter because it's spring training, but I still have that element to me. And so I'm still pretty excited about how they're winning games.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Here's the other part. We're talking about the culture. Okay, we got the Dodger culture. Hey, by the way, we got 9 guys on the field that were in the damn dugout last year, the World Series. But we want them thinking the same way. We want those young guys that are playing in Tulsa or wherever the hell they are, Great Lakes, wherever they are playing, to have that same mentality. So they're with the big league club at Camelback Ranch, man. Are you kidding me? That culture has to bleed into them too. It already has. We already know it has. Heaney's got it at Oklahoma City. Heaney's born to win, man. That's all he's ever done.
Yeah, I promise Eric Wedge has it in Tulsa. He's a stud.
Nothing but winning. Wichita State, major leagues. I mean, Heaney with the Cali when they won the JUCO national championship. Get out of here. You got winners on your minor league level that are leading these young men when they get to the big league level. I don't give a damn. Me and you the same way, Case. I don't care who I put on the field. Next man up, I expect to win. If I got 9 guys who I know aren't going to break campus, I don't give a damn. I'm wanting to win the game. I'm with you totally on that. That's where the Dodger culture. We want these guys, and they think that way. And probably most major league teams think that way. Like I've told you thousands of times, I don't give a damn what the other teams are doing.
Yeah. I know it's spring training, and hell, nobody will remember the wins and losses of it. But I'm just telling you, from a day-to-day perspective, it's a dinner tastes better.
Yep.
The hotel room's a little cooler. The bed's a little more comfortable. The conversations are a little bit better when you win, period, in a discussion. So,
no doubt.
Hey, I'll tell you another thing. We got into this yesterday with Mark. I mean, Freddie Freeman's been awesome. Shohei Ohtani's been as advertised. Mookie Betts has been the Hall of Famer. Will Smith has been, if not the best catcher, one of the best catchers in Major League Baseball. Taylor Hernandez has been more than I think the Dodgers thought they were getting, which is why they've continued to sign him. Max Muncy's been the perfect offensive profile. He's improved his defense enough to be spectacular, or not spectacular, to be to allow his offense to override the day. Tommy Edman has been absolutely gigantic. They went and got him. So all these pieces that have stuck out that the Dodgers have done, all the pitchers they went and got, Yamamoto, incredible, all that, Blake Snell, Glasnow. But, man, you just got to back up every once in a while and show respect to Miguel Rojas. Yep. This is a guy that saved Clayton Kershaw's no-hitter. This is a guy that had the huge home run. He's made play after play after play, including the play at second base last year. So, it's awesome to have the superstars, but to have a Miguel Rojas be a bench player, I mean, seriously, has there been a better bench player? Now, maybe better is the wrong word. Has there been a more valuable bench player than what Miguel Rojas has been for this Dodgers team, considering the clubhouse aspect of it, the mentorship of it? You just can't say enough about Miguel Rojas.
I think it speaks volumes that the Dodgers brought him back for another year. That's a roster spot. They're not just – they want to be – sure, you want to celebrate Miguel Rojas, but you're not bringing him back if he's not going to be valuable, if he's not going to be productive. So, but let's go back to – you mentioned play at second base. In Game 6, that double play. Kike comes in, makes a gut, but he hops the throw, and it gets a funny hop on him.
Yeah.
Double play. Now, that wasn't an easy catch he made there on Game 6. And you mentioned Muncy a while ago. Hell, he hits one in the second deck when it's 4-2. He's even made it 4-3.
That's the one people forget about.
That's the one people forget about. Max hit that sucker at least the second deck. Hell, maybe the third deck. Hit a bomb that's 4-2, and Toronto's kind of celebrating everything. Max hits that damn thing, halfway up out of the stadium, that dome. I mean, I think at least second deck. It was a bomb. Then you just kind of felt. Then there's a little uneasiness amongst the people there, and then. And of course, Miggy Rowe made him pay for it. But no, you mentioned Miguel Rojas. He can play so many places. It's obvious I mean, go back to when Dave put him in there. You know, he talked about, he texted him before Game 6. I need you. I need your energy. The guy hadn't had a hit in a month or something like that. Case hadn't hit a home run off a righty the entire year. You know, again, I always go back to this same crap. There's no analytics involved with Dave Roberts' decision there. I need Miggy Rowe. I need somebody I need to bring something. I need to bring some energy. That's exactly what he told him. What did Miggy Rowe say? He said he texted him late one night.
Yeah.
Before Game 6. I need you. You know, to put him in there. You know, guy hadn't had hit in a month. He hadn't hit home. But you can't make this shit up, Case. Dave Roberts does a great managerial move. Think about it. We don't give him enough credit either for making that move. You know, I mean, there's so much that went into what happened there, but
he trusted people and not analytics. And to older guys like us, we appreciate that because there's still a big part of that in the game.
A feel.
Yes, there's a part where you need to go, hey, what do the numbers say? Yep. That's obvious.
I don't blame him.
But there's always going to be a situation where you need to bunt. There's always going to be a situation where you need to hit behind the runner.
Yep.
And there's always going to be a situation to where you throw the analytics book in the trash can for the next 5 minutes. And you just trust your people. You trust the person that you're making a decision on way over the numbers.
I go back to 2 years ago. I still loved it when Dave went out to the mound trying and thought he's coming out. He takes a couple steps. Dave's got both hands on his chest.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big fella. I mean, there's no way. I need you. You need to get this out, and he did. I mean,
I don't know what the numbers are saying, but I trust Blake Trinan at this moment. Get her done, boy.
Absolutely. I got a feel for it. I'm not saying I made Miggy Rowe. Hell, I don't know. He may go 0 for 12, 0 for 10 the next 2 days. But I just want I got to get something. I need some energy. He's my guy. That is the great part about Miguel Rojas and the things he did there. But those are elite plays. And I'll go back to I think the one you're talking about, second base, is when the bases are loaded. That's a game-winning run.
And don't you think Dave Roberts sees a lot of Miguel Rojas in himself and vice versa? Like Dave that's kind of what I was. I was that guy you could trust coming off the bench.
The biggest stolen base in Boston Red Sox history. Let's don't pull any punches. They don't come back from down 3-0. Dave's right in the middle of that. Had a great stolen base there, in that series. So no, I think you see that. God, man, you got to have those guys. I'm getting pumped already. Hell, I'm getting chills.
You don't win without those guys. I keep calling it the margins, but you don't win without those guys.
You don't win. It always goes back to the old school. You used to say you're just as good as your weakest link.
Yep.
It's the same old thing. Everybody knows about Ohtani. Remember, there's no Carfax on Ohtani. Hell,
there's no Carfax on Ohtani. We know
what Ohtani's got. We don't need to look his shit up.
Alex Call has a Carfax. You check out the Carfax details before you go buy Alex Call. But with Ohtani, there's no Carfax.
I need to check the mileage on Call. Some of those other guys. Look at the history of the oil changes. Ohtani, let's sign his ass. Let's go. But anyway, it's kind of like Edwin Diaz. I can't wait to hear those trumpets cranking in Dodger Stadium. But anyway, I've seen it on video all the time. But anyway, you know what you're getting there. Ohtani, you got Hall of Famers all the top of the lineup. We know that the Dodgers don't win without Kike, without Miguel Rojas. Hey, Will Klein.
Will Klein. Justin Robleski.
Yeah, Justin Robleski. I mean, start naming the guys off.
How about Ryan Brazier the year before to start the bullpen game?
The Dodgers don't
and Anthony
win
Bonda were the first
without,
two pitchers against the Padres. Yeah.
Everything you're saying right there. We know what we give the Hall of Famers. But you don't win it last year without that. That 18-inning game, are you kidding me? Will Klein had the biggest stint of the season. And I know he's doing great this spring. That's awesome to see. But anyway, they've won. You can have a long list. We just went through it. The last 2 years of a long list of names. I don't think the Dodgers will win it without those guys. So here we are again. So, that's the beautiful part about it. I'm getting pumped, getting chills, man.
I'm having a hell of a good time.
I know how that feels as a coach. So do you. And not just a fan, but being involved in that and watching kids, even high school kids, American Legion, you in 1989 and my nephew Brad, all you guys winning a state championship. Nobody thought you would. Because you played for each other. You played for the love of the game. Nobody gave a damn who got the credit. Let's just get it done. I think the Dodgers have shown that. I got pissed off. I'm not going to bring up PCA talking about the fans, all that shit. I don't want to get it, but
you know what that is, Coach? That's jealousy. When people talk about the Dodgers, it's nothing other than they're freaking jealous. Yeah. Wah. Continue to be jealous because that means that the Dodgers continue to be the best team and they continue to be better than you are.
So I don't think the Dodger fans are all that way anymore, though, Case. I was in Boston, watched them march right down the day. I'm having a beer and a hamburger. We're getting ready to go to Fenway. Here they come. Let's go. I mean, I think the Dodger fans are way more passionate than he thinks. Yeah, you got some of the pretty boys and all that stuff.
Dodgers fans are the best fans in the world. There's like every other fan base. Sometimes you got to go, hey, just chill out. It's 2 losses. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Dave Roberts doesn't need to be fired. You know, we don't.
I'm here.
Yeah, we don't need to get rid of chill out. But that's because they're passionate. But
yes,
Dodgers, there's no other. I'm telling you, I deal with OSU's fan base. I deal with all these other teams that we talk about. The Dodgers fan base is the smartest and best fan base, period. I wish they'd kind of show up a little bit earlier, probably to the home games and that kind of deal. But man, come on. If you're going to talk about the Dodgers fan base, get the hell out of here.
Look at the comments just about our Dodger dogs. They're passionate and knowledgeable about the game and the Dodgers. So, you go back. I mean, I don't have a problem with saying that. Hell, I got more respect for Bryce Harper and freaking our buddy at San Diego. He's talking about, I wish the hell they're showing jealousy in the right way.
Absolutely.
Look, everybody ought to be doing it that way. Machado. I mean, hell, I respect it. I wish we were doing that. That's the type of respect you want. They're showing jealousy in the right way. Like, shit, I wish we were doing that. Instead of coming up with some crap. Anyway, I didn't want to get off on that, but I couldn't.
Why not, man? Why not? I love it. Hey, I hope everybody makes those statements. It's just going to piss everybody off and make the Dodgers that much hungrier.
And the fan base is great. First time me and Rex ever went to Fenway. What a great setting.
Oh, unbelievable.
What a great. I love Fenway. The Red Sox fans are passionate. It's awesome. Dodger fans are there. Fenway, Cold Brewski. I mean, come on now. You don't get any better than that. And the Dodger, everywhere I've ever gone, went to Kansas City one year, me and Rex about 3 years ago. Hell, there's more Dodger fans there than we're Royals fans.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the fan base. The Cubs have great fans that follow them all around. I know the Yankees do. There's several teams that do have fans that when you go on the road, you'll see a bunch of fans there, but there's nothing like Dodger fans. There's nothing like our Dodger dogs.
No doubt. Yeah, we're winning. I'm not going to apologize for winning.
Nope.
I'm not going to apologize for wanting to win. I'm not going to apologize for wanting Kyle Tucker.
Yep.
I'm not going to apologize for wanting Edwin Diaz. And the organization's not going to apologize for going and getting them. Sorry. That's for everybody else to deal with and for the Dodgers to enjoy.
As we mentioned, Case, 2 years ago, we said the Dodgers won't stand pat.
No,
they've totally
they won't.
proven it.
They're going to add a superstar or two every year, not just because they're superstars, but because they need to add a new element of hunger to the roster.
We talked about that. Needed a reliever and needed an outfielder. That's exactly what they got. I saw the other day, Case, I didn't mention it the other day. You probably know more about it, and Austin certainly got this. I think the Dodgers now got 3 of the top 5 left-handed hitters against lefties.
Yeah.
It's Freddie, Ohtani, and now Tucker, right?
Yeah.
I think there were 3 of the top 5 hitters against left-handers in Major League Baseball. I'm going, dude, throw a lefty at our ass.
Yeah, let's go.
Ahead.
Let's go.
Hey, throw a lefty. Our 3 of our first 4 hitters are the best hitters in the game against lefties.
Yeah, then you got Pajes and Teo and Tommy and
I'm just telling you, I saw that, man. I was getting chills again.
Let's go.
But, getting Tucker, I mean, whatever. They're not going to stand pat. They're shooting for number 3. That's what every team ought to do. Every other team now shooting for number 1. That's why, God dang, I don't have any respect for you if you're not doing it. I know they're major leaguers. I know they're doing it. The Cardinals are struggling right now, but that's a great organization. They've got some things going on. They're probably going to have to change. The Yankees are just the Yankees, but they're always going to be, elite. But the Dodgers are the best of the best right now, not only on the field, but in the front office, everywhere, all over the world, man, all over the world.
Tyler Glass now yesterday, Coach. Oh my gosh, he was. We're kind of on helium today. We're having a hell of a good time. Coach Holt and I tend to do that whenever we like to be very positive. We like to have fun, and we like to have these kinds of just very energetic conversations. That's why I love the man as much as I do. I've learned that part of my personality from him because my dad's not that way. For all the great things he is, he's definitely not that way, and I prefer being this way. So we're having a lot of fun. So Tyler Glass now, Coach, averaged 98 miles an hour. The slider was 92. Absolutely incredible 2 inning. Actually, he went in for the 3rd inning. Man, boy, he looked good yesterday. And it, obviously the Dodgers have a tremendous amount of starting pitching, but again, it's going to come down to staying healthy. But just based on what Tyler Glass now did yesterday, he obviously is entering spring training fully healthy. It's spring training. Don't get me wrong. We're getting a little bit excited today because we love to have these kind of conversations. But what an impressive outing yesterday for Tyler Glass now.
It don't matter if it's spring training or if it's December in West Virginia or wherever the hell he's from, inside a garage throwing. That's exciting to see that, the velocity, the movement on the pitches. I know we haven't seen, I guess, a bullpen. You go back to this spring training, was it the other day they was talking about Ohtani's bullpen was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Talking about the way, everything he was throwing, the movement, and like he even improved his on the mound or whatever. I know we won't see that for a while, and the Dodgers are still looking at that 6-man rotation.
Yeah. Coach, I think we lost you there.
For the Dodgers, I mean, but we know he's got a chance of being elite. I mean, and just think about the Dodgers going that 6-man who we're looking at. I mean, the guys that you have an opportunity have out there, if Sasaki's a part of that, you already know what you got in Yamamoto. You got a guy with a, I don't know if I can say it on the air. We know what he's made of. He's got a lot of heart. I'll put it that way. Obviously he proved
he's got brass balls. Is that what you're trying to say?
That's what I meant to say. I'm glad you said it since you're running this
I'm
show.
the owner of this damn channel, so we're going to go ahead and go there today.
You
all
run
right?
the show. You damn right.
We're having that kind of conversation today. So there you go.
He's got brass balls and they're huge. He proved
yes,
that,
they are
in the World Series. So we know what he's got. We know Ohtani's elite, just unhittable at times, and Glasnow can be. I mean, it's exciting. Like you said, it always comes down to health. We've dealt, 2 years ago it was horrible. Last year it was the bullpen got ravaged by injury. So it always comes down to health. So, you look at the bullpen, you got an elite closer, man, if you can get Tanner Scott, if he be your 8th inning guy, look how you could set up a 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, all things considered, those guys are back to what they can be, what they have been. You could be a lead on that back end of that bullpen and really good on your setup guys, or Robleski and all those guys that have come around and are going to be our middle inning guys. It sets up, again, you hate be negative here as far as injuries. We know that's a part of the game in every organization. So, things do come up. That's what you just got to worry about. I know they're taking it easy with Snell, trying to, make sure we get him fresh and everything. Same way with Mookie, I guess. Mookie, they've got a plan for him. We talked about that last year. He was
telling you, Mookie had to put in so much work to become a shortstop last year. People don't understand the toll it took, especially after he lost the weight, man. That was a tough go for Mookie.
No, we talked about that several times. I know, just me and you on here, and I'm sure you did with the other guys. There's more going on with him than we knew about as far as his health. That was a grind. The guy came out every day, but it wasn't the same. And so whatever happened, we lost all the weight. It wouldn't. I'd lose 15. Hell, you couldn't even tell. But Mookie lose 15. Looks like a stick figure, So that and that and whatever entailed there, whatever went with that. So they've got a plan of load management. I saw what Dave called it, load management. Yeah. Yes. It's Mookie Betts. It's Mookie freaking Betts. We don't need to see how much he can play spring training. We know what we got with Mookie Betts, and let's do the best plan of getting him ready to start the season. So that's
you don't want him to be at his best version in March or May. You want him to be his best version in October. We know that.
Absolutely.
We're mature enough to be able to say that.
And that's where the Dodgers are organization is so above and beyond. I'm not saying the other organizations wouldn't do stuff like that.
Mature is the way I put it. That's the word I use, mature.
Yes, they've got a plan for everything. I mean, and I know they all do. We've got a great example right here in the NBA with our Oklahoma City Thunder. I know people get tired of it, but it's true. The front office are elite. The moves they make, the opportunities they give the ball club to be successful. The Dodgers are the same way. Yeah, totally agree.
Blake Trinan, I love this guy, and it's because he owns it. I mean, whether it be good or whether it be bad, we talked about that humble versus arrogant type thing. It's the same thing. It's just how you present yourself. Yep. Arrogant people present themselves as a look at me type of persona, whereas humble people, they take that confidence and they give a humble presentation to themselves. Yes. Blake Trinan has that same confidence. He has that same dog, but he comes off as very humble. And one of the ways that he makes himself look humble, as we're seeing him here, is that whenever he has struggles, Coach, the biggest part of making improvements is, first of all, you have to own your struggles. Hey, I sucked. This is what this was. This is on me. I own it. It's up to me to get it fixed. That's called self-responsibility. Yep. Nobody has more of a self-responsibility piece than Blake Trinan, which is also why a guy like Dave Roberts, people who have been in the coaching industry, you trust Blake Trinan so much because he's so self-responsible that he's going to own it one way or the other. He's either going to tell you, I suck, take my ass out, or, hey, Coach, I got you, brother, okay? Either way, you're going to trust what he has to say. So I believe Blake Trinan when he makes the comments of, I'm ready to bounce back, because that comment to me is, one, he's taking ownership of last year, which wasn't good. And two, he knows that. He made all the adjustments he needs to make. And three, he's healthy enough now and still physically capable enough to make the adjustments he needs to make. So I was excited to see Blake Trinan yesterday. I'm excited to hear the words come out of his mouth, all the self-responsibility that he's taking for last year. And I'm excited to see how it propels him into 2026.
Well, the video showing right here, he's in Oklahoma City. You can tell where he's pitching at there, trying to get things lined out, coming off. I think it's his injury rehab stuff he had there.
Yes.
Take responsibility. I mean, the great ones do. The great ones all do. The ones that are pointing fingers at other people and other situations, I don't have a whole lot of respect for that. But the guys, the elite ones, yes, I should have been better. I don't know enough. I haven't seen enough about Tanner Scott. I'm hoping he's much the same way. I just didn't have it last year for whatever reason. I don't know. There's a lot of things we're not aware of. We're not privy to, as far as health situations, other things going on with their lives and that sort of thing. So, you hope that. But Trinan has proven that above and beyond. And I'm like you, seeing him yesterday was great. And we already see what he's made of. Hopefully Tanner Scott's much the same. And I know the thing that is obvious to everybody that has been publicly known is Alex Vesia and what him and his wife Kayla went through. And I started following Kayla because I just love seeing her outlook on stuff she was doing. I just started following her on social media because she's at spring training and stuff. She's talking about her and Alex, and what a great story. The Dodger fans are great to him on his first appearance, and we know what he brings to the mound. It's a bulldog,
no doubt.
And that guy, what he went through personally, is horrendous. What you wouldn't wish on anybody on the face of the earth. And there he is out there again, ready to go again, fighting off all what he's gone through and continuing on. So that's why we love these guys. That's why these guys are where they are, and that's what the type of people they are. Mm-hmm. You can trust them. Everybody, you can trust these guys. And like I said, hadn't seen enough of Tanner Scott. I hope he is that guy. If he is, we got an elite eighth.
And I don't know Tanner Scott well enough. I know Blake Trinan very well, all the way back to South Dakota State days.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I don't know. If he does, we got an elite eighth inning guy. Good Lord, if you can throw Tanner Scott out every eighth inning and have Diaz
get Evan Phillips back, Blake Trinan's as good as he used to be. Oh, my gosh.
Grab you a bat and jump in there, big boy. I always go back to my days at Guthrie High School. There's a guy named Bobby Green McGinnis. He pitched at Oklahoma State, Case. He threw 5 or 6 no-hitters in a row at McGinnis High School. I'm a sophomore. I don't even have the same uniforms as everybody at Guthrie High School, me and my buddy Griff. And coach, we're the number 5 no-hitter Bobby Green's throwing. Coach throws us out there. Hey, grab a bat, Holt. Are you kidding me? 7th inning, yeah. So I go up there and whiff on 3 pitches. Then my buddy gets to go up there and whiff on 3 pitches. It's kind of the same feeling these guys are going to have. Hey, I got Scott. You got Scott 8th inning, and after that you get Edwin Diaz. So these are elite major league hitters, but at times they got to be thinking, "Oh crap, yeah, I'll grab my bat and get up. I'll get right in there."
Will it help Tanner Scott knowing he's not having to be the man, kind of like you're talking about Andy Paez? Like I'm not here to be the guy now. Evan Diaz is the guy. I just need to be the guy before the guy.
Yeah.
Do you think that'll help him? Take some pressure off, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I mean. The pressure is always there. These guys always have pressure on them. But if you're the elite, if you're the closer for the LA Dodgers, obviously, it's like the quarterback of the Cowboys who we never win anymore, so it don't matter who the hell the quarterback is. But what I'm saying, there's pressure that goes along with that. But yeah, hey, if I can be the 8th inning guy and I come in and throw 1 inning and I got Edwin Diaz finishing this sucker up with Timmy Trumpets cranking all around LA,
Woo.
Let's go, man. I'll sign up for that anytime. And even before that. The middle inning guys, I forget who they said they look at maybe a 7th inning guy.
It's going to be Evan Phillips. It's going to be an Alex Vesia. It's going to be a Blake Trinan. It's going to be a Justin Robleski.
It just depends on whose time's up.
Flip a coin.
They're all. You get some of that 7th inning. Then we're going to give you Tanner Scott. Then we're going to finish you up with Timmy Trumpet's boy out there, Evan Diaz.
There won't be any fighting over the bat rack in the visitors' dugout.
That's what I'm saying. It's like Tony Holt and David Griffin and McGinnis High School, 1972. We didn't want any part of Bobby Green either. I know exactly how those guys felt.
Hey, Coach, is Tony Romo still the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys?
He might as well be. Hey, I love
What's the difference between him and Dak Prescott?
Yeah, I love our starting quarterback, Dak Prescott. I really do. Everybody, it's all they'll blame him for everything, but come on, man, had the worst defense in the NFL. They gave up 500-something points this year.
Yeah, no doubt.
That goes back to our general manager, who, by the way, happens to be I think he's our owner too.
Yeah. Too much love from Jerry Jones. Sometimes you got to have a bottom line like, hey, brother, we're trying to win a world championship. I love you, but you got to go.
Got to get
Or
somebody.
you got to get better, one of the two.
We got to tackle somebody.
Yeah, right.
Our quarterback hadn't been the problem, or the receivers. They got two receivers
or the head coach,
end.
apparently, because you've had every head coach in the National Football League over the last 20 years. None of them have worked.
Bill Parcells didn't forget how to coach football.
Yeah,
he just didn't have what he needed down there to win. And whatever. It's the same thing. Case organization. It's what we've been talking about. I've told you this before. I love Jerry Jones as an owner. As an owner of the Dallas Cowboys. Whatever you need.
But get out of the way. Let the football people do the football decisions.
We got the greatest stadium in the world. We get 100.
Let Andrew Friedman cook, please.
Yes, let him cook. Let him do his job. Give me a GM in there. Let them do their thing. But it's never going to happen. So I'll just shut up about it and get frustrated and get pissed off every year.
We're being too positive today. I thought I'd throw that one out there just to
bring me down,
just to reel you back in a little bit, Coach. Hey, let's get back on the fun topics here.
Hey.
Alex Call has looked like a tremendous fourth outfielder for this club.
Right.
He's rising to the occasion to me. He's another one that's squarely inside of a competition. He knows that, and he's rising to the occasion.
Has he been injured a little bit? Did I read that correctly?
He played yesterday.
Okay, so he played yesterday. No, we liked what we saw out of him last year. So I thought I'd read somewhere that he was fighting some injuries. That sort of, probably, it must have been something minor if he played yesterday. I didn't get to see anything yesterday, so that's great to hear. No, that's what I mean. We've got the Dodgers have so many of those guys that are right there, and this guy that got a pretty big taste last year, so it's a good opportunity for him. He looks the part, so it's going to be interesting the moves they make. When they fit, the Dodgers are pretty much set. There's going to be some interesting back end on the back end of that final roster when we break camp to see who's on it.
It's going to be some what we call. What do you call that? No lose situations, if you will. Some great problems to have.
Yes,
if you will, no doubt about that. So, Okay, Coach, this has been a lot of fun. We like to be high energy and we like to be very positive. I'm sure for baseball is such a game of failure. I think probably just our experience with all the failure we've had in this game has led us to believe that that's the best way to approach all of this. All the failure in this game. So. I hope the positive energy is something that's either infectious or certainly not annoying. So this has been a lot of fun, Coach. It's always just great to see your face. Final thoughts here.
Final thoughts. It's just great to be a Dodger fan, be a Dodger dog, and be with you and the Dodger dogs all out there, the best anywhere. It's just a great day to be a Dodger, as every day is. But I'm looking forward to the rest of camp. As we go into the start of the regular season, see, as we've talked about some things today, and you'll talk about with your other Dodger dogs, and Coach Barakoff and all of our guys that get together, talk about a lot of the same things as we put this team together, to see how it pans out as they come out. And it's just an exciting time of the year because everybody's 0-0, and we're the defending champions, and we got a chance of going to a three-peat and can't wait. And I'll go back to what I said to begin with, Case. I love you and happy birthday. I hope Lord takes good care of you today. Get you a big old piece of cake and whatever else. Go take your Dodger dogs for a walk. I know it's a beautiful day in Oklahoma today, and hope it's a beautiful day everywhere else for the Dodger dogs.
So I'm going to let you guess what kind of cake my mother-in-law is making me. What kind of cake do you think it's going to be?
I would say chocolate, but that's just me.
Nope, red velvet. My favorite. Absolute red velvet.
You're a red
you
velvet
got to
guy.
go red velvet every year.
Well, you see me, Case. It ain't no cake I don't like.
No.
They used to like the rapper.
See, the only question with red velvet cake is it's so good.
Yes.
Is do you actually put ice cream on it or do you separate the ice cream from the cake because the cake itself is so good? You want to have both experiences?
Yes.
Or you just dive in and just say to heck with it, I'm throwing ice cream on it and I'm just going to lose my mind. Which way do you go here?
I need some
advice.
I can separate it. I can throw it all in one big old bowl. And let it rip. But that sounds good, man. Ice cream. I know you're an ice cream guy. You used to sit down the front of your jersey all the time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Get a milkshake.
I ain't scared. I ain't scared.
You wasn't scared of a milkshake.
Well, Dairy Queen Blizzard.
You play the hot corner and third base, take it off your chest, and get some ice cream on your uniform after it's over every day in the game. So, good
absolutely.
Stuff.
Hey, the challenge system, it's been good, hasn't it? I think it surprised some people who haven't seen it. It adds a layer of fun because you put it up on the board and it's like, oh, what's getting ready to happen? Oh, wow. I think it's adds some excitement.
It is. I know we talked about this sitting in Oklahoma City. I got where I loved it because You always thought in the past it's going to slow the game down. No, it don't. It's quick. It's right there. Hell, it's a striker. And the other thing we're going to find out, these damn umpires are pretty good.
They are, and they're going to get better. You get embarrassed publicly, you're going to get better, or you're going to get fired.
Better. Yeah, they're not going to give that ball two balls outside the outside corner anymore because they're going to get called for it. But you're going to find out they're pretty damn good umpires for the most part.
Yeah, totally agree. Coach, appreciate it, brother. Always great to see your face. You know I love you.
Love you too, and I love our Dodger dogs. Go Dodgers.
You Dodgers dogs are the absolute best. Thank you so much. The support that you give this channel is absolutely overwhelming. It's humbling. So thank you so much. And as always, hey, no, wait, by the way, we're not getting out of here before we talk about Tony Vitello. You know all about him, the Giants manager. The Dodgers play the Giants today. So let me back up a little bit.
Okay.
I'm going to give you 2 minutes to talk about Tony Vitello and his style of managing. What do you think?
Wow, I can't imagine. The guy was a great college coach. There's no doubt about it. At Tennessee, man, he talk about a guy to rub you the wrong way if you're in that other dugout or an umpire. I just can't imagine wearing his emotions on a sleeve like that for 162. I don't know. Maybe he can. I don't know. Coming out and he's not going to.
Wouldn't that wear you out if you're a player? You're like, dude.
Yeah, he's going to come out.
I've got 372 more at bats. Are we going to freak out over this?
Yeah, I don't think the major league umpires aren't going to put up with him, and the major league office sure isn't going to. I got to believe that Tony Vitello's a good. I know he's a great baseball coach. I've heard that from guys who know him. When he's assistant coach, he's an outstanding baseball.
Well, you knew Frank. You know Frank Anderson
Frank
very well.
Anderson
When we have a personal relationship with Frank Anderson.
Very much so, and he was with him. So I know the guy's an outstanding baseball, and I know the Giants have a very good organization. They're not going to go get a guy who's just kind of I don't know if it's because they got a good organization. They're not, so they did their homework too. So that tells me he's an outstanding baseball man. I'm just going to be totally shocked because he just blow his stack and go completely nuts.
Oh my gosh!
In the dugout at Tennessee at the umpires. I mean, I just can't imagine that working on. It won't work on the major league level. First of all, you're coaching full-grown men, the greatest players in the world. It's not going to work with them. They're not going to buy into it. The umpires,
men that were way better players than you and are making a lot more money than you are.
Yeah, and the damn umpires really aren't going to put up with him. And in the front, in the major league office, won't. If it becomes he get kicked out all the time, I don't know. I just.
So is he going to be a good manager without that intimidation stick that he's become known for?
Well, there's no intimidation.
That's the question, right?
Those intimidation is over now. I mean,
it is. That's what I'm saying. So what kind of a manager is he beyond that?
Yeah.
That's going to be the question.
We're going to find out. You're right.
Yes.
If he's as good a baseball man as we've heard he is, he'll adjust, get his emotions under control. Hey, by the way, look over the other dugout. There's a guy named Dave Roberts. He's won 3 World Series titles. You're not intimidating him. You're not intimidating any of these major league managers.
No, they're over there going to Tony. Let's see. Wait, what's the line? What's this guy's name?
Yeah,
that's what they're thinking.
Yeah, who's the pretty boy in the dugout over there?
Yeah.
Who's the college boy over there? Yeah, you're not intimidating anybody. First of all, you're intimidating the players. You're sure not intimidating the players on the other team. These are all full-grown men, the greatest baseball players in the world. For his benefit, like I said, I know guys who know him. If he just reels the emotions in or something, I think he could be a good manager. But we'll find out. We'll find out. If not, he won't last very long. He won't be there very long.
I just don't think there's going to be a lot of middle ground to it. It's going to be one way or the other. He's going to have to adjust to the game. The game is not going to adjust to him.
Absolutely not. No intimidation. He ain't intimidating anybody.
No,
in his own clubhouse or anywhere else.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Holt, thanks. I love you.
Love you too, baby.
You Dodgers dogs are the absolute best. As always, it's a great day to be a Dodger.